25-yard line. This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Passing, it's Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL, but it's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about him getting it done? Proud of him.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
44. Here you go. Regular. Hey, check 24.
Dalton, 1st and 10. He gets this one to Boyd. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on second down. Dalton, he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Auden Tate, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 7-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. This is Jerick McKinnon, who missed the entire 2018 campaign. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Play action. It's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete. Charles already...
against their defense, but I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Here we go.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 52 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On first down now, run with McKinnon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Jerick McKinnon. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
That ties the game at 7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On second down, Mixon. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Wormley. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Hey, wahoo!
Check 24.
Hey. Stop!
Throwing, Dalton. He's going to air it out deep for Green. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go!
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there and handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big play there from a big play guy, Jerick McKinnon. 77 yards. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 7-7, our score after 1. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
The Bengals drive about to get going. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Joe Mixon. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Mixon. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
A 7-yard pickup.
They got 368.
The 44-yard line.
Get on the quick right here.
From the 44, Dalton. He finds his running back, Mixon. 20. A gain of 37.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then some. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Giovanni Bernard. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Bullet good on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Jackson now going deep downfield for Ross. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Williams. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Mixon with it. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Dalton here from the gun. He completes it to Boyd. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A first down there on a pickup of 25. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Go, go, go. Watch twins. Watch twins. Check nine, check nine. Switch, switch, switch. Kill, kill, kill.
They'll run with Mixon. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. Giovanni Bernard, nothing but green grass. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Giovanni Bernard with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead is now 21-14. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
Not much happening there on first down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
This time Jackson will throw it. Got a man open, it's Ross. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Vigil coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. To try again after the sack. Jackson. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
44.
Andy Dalton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll run on first down. McKinnon. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there from a big play guy, Jerick McKinnon. 43 yards on the ground. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Flush to his right. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Set the turtle defense. Set the turtle defense. Let's go.
2nd down, McKinnon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Jackson from the shotgun. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And that is going to be incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Bengals will get the football back. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
368.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Complete to his tight end Sample. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Switch. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey.
Go. We're good. It's time.
Dalton gives to Bernard. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one 28 yards on the ground.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run.
49's a mark.
Nice.
1st and 10 for Dalton. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Second and 3.
On second down now. McKinnon, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
59. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Jackson, option right. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and
rare.
excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He's going to air one out. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Steps away to his... And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He's going deep for... Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. They're going to try and run. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The throw over the middle taken in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 34. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead. So a big play coming up for the Bengals as they'll indeed go for 2. And Dalton to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1, you want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
In your face.
They go play action with Jackson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play action. Now Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Jackson now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They run once more with McKinnon. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over at 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson operating from the gun. He's going deep for that's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the fourth quarter.
It's been a long day for you. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist, twist, twist. Twist, it's a 6. Pull it, now.
Here's Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Keep playing.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
I got you. Hey, help.
They begin with a run by Mixon. And all the way down to the 26. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for, because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
Back to Mixon on first down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get your reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Big spot, Andy Dalton. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Right. Back to throw. Dancing to his left. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Let's go now. Tackle. No. Grab. Slam. Shoot. Slam.
Here's Jackson. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jerick McKinnon there, but now it's third down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He's back to throw. They go screen. This is Ingram. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Jackson now. Throwing on fourth down. He gets it to Brown. Complete. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Throwing now is Jackson. Being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. And he goes out right around the 39. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now Jackson. He finds McKinnon, complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? On 4th down, Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Let's go, defense.
They go 368.
Under crunch. Check 50, check 50. Check.
They go 368.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Cincinnati, it's a rare bright spot in what's been a tough season as they move to 2-7 now on the year. They will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.